Welcome back to the channel, Book Dragons. I'm so glad you're here with me today. I'm gonna be giving you some random chasiness today. Just a bunch of random updates about the channel and about life stuff that impacts the channel. I hope you find some value in this video, or at least some entertainment. Maybe I'll give you a laugh or two. I hope so. So we're gonna get right to it, and we're gonna start off with the fact that I am moving. That's right, you heard it, I am moving. Not to a different state. I'm literally moving about 10 minutes away from where I am now, and I'm moving in with a really close friend of mine, and it's just gotten to that point in the economy where rent keeps going up and you almost can't afford to live on your own. And I'm pretty much a single income household. How I've survived this long, I have no idea, but it's not going to last for much longer. My lease is up. I decided it was time. So I am going to be moving. The 31st of July is my last day in this apartment. And I will be moving into another room in a house. And so I'll have boxes everywhere, and my books are going to start to get packed up and everything. You know the drill. I've done it once on this channel a long time ago, so it's that time again for me to be moving. So if things are a little bit in shambles, please pardon my dust. I don't think it's going to affect the release days for my videos or how often I release videos, but it may, and if it does, I will let you know that, okay? So just keep that in mind. Things are gonna be a little bit odd, but I still plan to make content for you guys, and maybe that's just going to look like filming 1 or 2 videos ahead so that I'm not stressing myself out at the end of the month. Oh, I don't have content, I better put something together last minute. That never works well. So yeah, that's my biggest update for this video. But I also want to talk about the channel. I want to talk about how the channel is doing, and it's actually doing quite well. I just recently hit 1,500 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all of your support and subscribing to my channel. That really means a lot to me, and I hope you'll continue to stick around for future content that I make. I'm also getting really close to the first tier of monetization with YouTube, and so it's getting to that point where I have to decide, okay, am I going to monetize my channel or am I not? And I've said in the past that I do plan to monetize. That has not changed. The YouTube Partner Program is set up in 2 different tiers. So the first tier, you get to do super chats, and you get to do channel memberships if you want to, which is kind of like Patreon. I'm kind of leaning toward not doing channel memberships, but if you really want me to do channel memberships, let me know in the comments down below and I might look into that. But I feel like Patreon is just a really good fit for me on that front right now, especially because if my YouTube channel were ever to go away or be taken down for whatever reason, maybe the YouTube gods just don't like me anymore, the channel memberships go away, and so never put your eggs in one basket, that kind of mentality, right? But there are other ways to monetize in that tier, and I'm about 200 watch hours away from hitting that first tier, and I feel like the channel is doing really well. I've been doing a lot more topical videos, which seems to be getting a lot of traction. You guys seem to like that. That doesn't mean that I'm not doing book reviews. I am still doing book reviews when I've got a book that I've finished that I can review. Lately it's been kind of hard on the reading front to get my books read and to get books done that I can then do a review for. So I do have some reviews coming, just be aware of that, but I've really been enjoying doing the topical videos, and I hope you guys have too. If you have been enjoying those, please let me know in the comments below, and also let me know some videos that you would like to see. I've had suggestions in the past from different people commenting on my videos, and I've gotten some good ideas from that. But if there are some videos that you would like me to put out, or topics that you want me to talk about, or books that you would like me to read and review, please let me know in the comments below. That would be awesome. I value your feedback immensely, and I really hope you'll stick around and enjoy the new content I've got coming out. And now I want to talk about something really special coming up, and that is my 5-year anniversary. Guys, I have been making videos on YouTube for 5 years. Can you believe it? I look back and I'm like, how did the time fly so fast? And I am just really excited to celebrate. I am going to be doing a live stream, and I may have some guests joining me for that live stream. And I'm kind of looking at 2 different options for that. One would be to invite just a handful of people to join me on the live stream. I think with StreamYard you can only have up to 6 before you have to pay for the service. So there's that option. Or I have seen one other friend of mine put out the link to everyone, and then everyone can just pop in as they choose to and have time to, which is interesting. It could get a little bit chaotic that way, but I think that might be something cool to try. If you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments. Would you prefer to have an open invite to the stream, or would you prefer me to just hand select like 6 people, five or 6 people to join me? I'll have to look at the exact number of people you can have on a stream just to make sure, but I think a max is 6. So I would invite 5 other people to join me. I will be having dessert as well, because, you know, I can't not have dessert on my 5-year anniversary live stream, guys. It just doesn't happen. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if there's other things that you would like me to do on the live stream, whether it's a Q&A, or if you want me to do something just weird, silly, and off the wall, you know, give me suggestions. I'm totally open to ideas for that. I will probably be doing a giveaway as well, so stay tuned for more information on that once that happens. And I'm just really excited to celebrate this milestone in my YouTube. I don't know if I want to call it a career, but you know, my YouTube hobby. I don't think it's going to ever be my full-time career, but it is definitely a hobby that I thoroughly enjoy. And part of that is you guys. You guys have made it so much fun to be in this community and to be part of the BookTube world, and I'm just so excited about it. So now let's move on to ways that you can support the channel. As always, like, subscribe, share my videos. That is the best way to support me, and it is completely free, guys. I never want anyone to feel like they have to support me financially. So, you know, if you want a free way to support me, like, subscribe, share my videos, comment on my videos. That does wonders for getting my video in front of other people, and it brings me a lot of happiness too, because I love talking with you guys in the comments, and I love knowing that my videos are bringing a little measure of enjoyment to the world. So I hope that's the case, and I hope you'll continue to support me that way. Now, there are ways to support me financially as well if you want to. I don't expect it. I don't want anybody to feel like they have to, but if you're interested in it, I do have a Patreon, and I talked about earlier that, you know, channel memberships probably isn't something I'm going to explore because Patreon seems to be working well for me. And I do want to take this opportunity really briefly to shout out my patrons. I really appreciate all you do to support the channel, and I love the conversations that we get into and seeing what books you pick for me on a quarterly basis and things like that. So I really am happy to have your support there. If you are out there and you've been thinking about wanting to join my Patreon, that would be awesome. I do have some new perks that I am looking at. One of those is thumbnail feedback. So if you've ever looked at one of my video thumbnails and you're like, oh, Chaz, that doesn't really stand out. What were you thinking doing that thumbnail? if you join my Patreon, I'm thinking about making thumbnail feedback one of the perks, where you get to have input on the thumbnails that I put up for my videos. So that's cool. I do have some merch in the works if that's something you're interested in. And the nice thing about merch is it's not necessarily Patreon exclusive. Everybody who watches my videos can buy merch if you want to, but there will be some additional perks with that I will be making exclusive to my patrons. So stay tuned for more information on that. If you have looked at my Patreon and you're like, oh, Chaz, I don't really like the perks you offer, tell me what you would prefer that I offer. I really do want that. Right now I have a quarterly drawing for somebody to pick a book that I have to read. Depending on the tier that you have paid into, you might get your name on that list twice. So that's something I offer. Of course, you get a shout out in my videos. You get my videos a day early. I always make them available a day early to patrons. But there is more coming. So if you've looked at my Patreon and you're like, it doesn't really seal the deal for me, let me know. What would you like to see? And I also have a Ko-fi or Ko-fi or Ko-fi or however it's pronounced. So if you ever just wanted to do like a tip jar thing on Ko-fi, you can do that. But as I said before, guys, completely optional. All of my content will always be free to you, my viewers, whether you support me on Patreon or not. And if you choose to, that's awesome. So that's kind of the stuff that's going on there. I do have some videos coming up here in the next few weeks. I've got some tags I'm going to be doing. I do have my monthly update coming up soon for the beginning of July. So I get to talk about everything that I've done in June. I've got some book reviews coming up for you, specifically one for The Crystal Cave by Mary Stewart. It's one of the many books about the Arthurian legend, so I've got that coming up. And I've also got a video about unresolved plot threads in A Song of Ice and Fire by George R. R. Martin. So I've got a lot of cool ideas that I put together for videos coming up in the near future. So if that's something you're looking forward to, let me know in the comments below. I would love to dialogue with you. And as always, you are more than welcome to tell me videos that you would like to see on my channel, and I may end up doing one of your videos that you request for me to do. So give me your ideas in the comments below. That would be awesome. And I think that's pretty much everything that's going on right now, guys. I hope that if you get a moment to think, you will think of me as I'm preparing to move. I really don't like moving, especially in the heat of the summer. We've been in the 100 teens here in Phoenix, and it's just been brutal. I think yesterday got to like 114 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going, oh my gosh. This is just nutty. Why do I live in Phoenix, and why did I choose to move in the dead heat of the summer? But I did, and I made my bed. I have to lie in it. But I think I'll survive. So if you get a chance, think of me, send up some good energy and vibes for me. And as always, guys, make sure you're reading more books. I love you, and I hope you have a wonderful day.